The moves I make, I most definitely have an agenda. I don't do anything to piss off a little peon. You know what I mean?
I can't believe a stand-up dude doing his time would suddenly say, I don't want to be here no more. I'm gonna become a rat bastard. And I'm gonna have my girl tell on my mans in them.
We'll just let it be told when the story gets told.
Yeah,
and I'm only going to stick to the truth and keep it pushing, right?
50 Cent just got caught trying to take Big Meech down again. And now, Rick Ross just exposed the real reason behind 50's attacks. It's not just beef, it's a calculated move to bury Meech for good. The lies, the manipulation, and the agenda 50 has been pushing will make you sick. At one point, 50 Cent and Big Meech were actually cool. Yeah, you heard that right. Before all this madness, 50 and Meech had mutual respect. In fact, after Big Meech was released from prison, 50 was right there visiting him, showing support and keeping their bond strong. It made sense. 50 built his BMF TV series on Meech's legacy, giving his story an even bigger platform. The show, which premiered in 2021, reignited interest in the Black Mafia family's history. And, in a way, 50 was helping cement Meech's name in hip-hop culture even further. But let's not forget, Meech was sentenced to 30 years back in 2008, convicted of multiple charges, including criminal conspiracy and money laundering for his role in the Black Mafia family empire. Fast forward to October 15, 2024. After serving the bulk of his sentence, he was granted early release from a Florida prison and moved to a halfway house, where he'll finish the remainder of his reduced sentence. Interview. And let's be real, after nearly 2 decades behind bars, it's only right that the Black Mafia family boss steps back into the spotlight with a proper homecoming, where Rick Ross will finally get to perform BMF in front of the man who literally inspired the song. But Ross isn't the only one hitting the stage. This lineup is stacked with some of the biggest names in rap.
It's the biggest boss, Ricky Rose. The time has come. Meech home. February 13th, get your tickets right now, it's going down. We know Florida gonna be there, Miami gonna be there. The legend himself gonna be in the building.
Back in the late 2000s, their feud started over something so petty, it's almost comical. 50 allegedly looked at Ross funny at an award show. That's all it took for things to go nuclear. From there, 50 started coming for Ross's credibility, exposing his past as a correctional officer and painting him as a fraud. He even went as far as leaking an explicit tape of Ross's baby mama just to humiliate him. The beef was ruthless and relentless, and to this day, neither one has let it go. So when Big Meech announced his show with Rick Ross, 50 took it as the ultimate betrayal. It wasn't just about business, it was about loyalty. And instead of just letting it slide, 50 did what 50 does best. He went to war.
Ross and 50, they've had a long-standing beef for years. And I think this Rick Ross beef is the one beef that 50 will never let go of.
The moment the Welcome Home concert was announced, 50 Cent wasted zero time clapping back. He hopped on Instagram with a post featuring a giant rat and the caption, "I think I'm Big Meech." But that wasn't even the worst part. In the caption, 50 made it clear that Meech made the biggest mistake by distancing himself from one key person, Tammy Cowens. If you're asking who, trust you're not alone. Tammy was Meech's assistant and business partner back in the day. But plot twist, she allegedly flipped and became an FBI informant. According to former BMF member Blue Da Vinci, Meech even put Tammy in charge of BMF Entertainment while he was locked up in 2008. But by 2009, she allegedly started working with the feds. Blue suggested that if Tammy flipped, then Meech might have done the same to get his sentence reduced. And if there's one thing 50 loves, it's a good old snitch accusation. But here's where it gets interesting. Tammy Cowens had been working with 50 Cent for years. She even hit him up now with a message for Meech.
Hey, say what you want about 50 Cent, but I swear this man's pettiness is uncanny. Like this, I feel it's everybody's alter ego.
Working with Tammy made Meech a snitch. Then what does that make 50? People were quick to call out 50's hypocrisy, pointing out that he had been cozy with Tammy when it benefited him. If he was cool with her back then, Why was he suddenly mad about her connection to Meech now? And Meech wasn't about to let 50 drag him like that without clapping back. The very next day, he hit Instagram with a post of him and 50, but this time with a big rat sticker covering 50's face and internet gangster stamped over his body. The message was loud and clear. He wasn't having it. And just in case that wasn't enough, Rick Ross, who never misses an opportunity to troll 50, jumped into the mess, laughing at how pressed 50 was over Meech taking a picture with him.
I agree. That's unfortunate, right?
Yeah.
It really is, but I agree. So, we'll just let it be told when the story gets told.
Yeah.
And I'm only going to stick to the truth and keep it pushing, right?
That's it. That's all it is.
But if you thought 50 was going to take the L and move on, you don't know this man at all. The same day, he doubled down, posting yet another Instagram shot, this time clowning Meech's response. He referenced Big Screech, his new nickname for Meech, implying he's a rat, and claimed that the text messages flying around were crazy. Then, he dropped another one, this time a viral video of some random man talking about snitching, but with Meech's face slapped on.
Took a picture with Rick Ross. You like put your back against the wall and just slide down.
Caption read, he had Tammy Cowan doing all his dirty work. Her new tale, I'll break it down. Screech directed her and connected her to people to get his time cut. Basically, 50 keeps pushing the narrative that Meech was orchestrating moves behind the scenes to shorten his sentence. But he didn't stop there. He also went after Meech's son, Lil Meech, accusing him of being ungrateful and turning on him. Even Lil Meech was caught in the crossfire. 50 turned on him too, threatening to kick him off the BMF show and embarrass him in public. And the worst part? Lil Meech had always been loyal to 50. Lil Meech clearly wanted no part of the war. At one point, he even tried to squash the beef, reaching out to 50 over text to make amends. He wrote, "Now mad at me when I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. Love only showed you love and loyalty and human. I go through my own ish, but I never switched up on you." He even admitted, "Ross gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season." But 50 wasn't having it. He took those private messages and leaked them all over Instagram, writing, "What next season, Lil Ninja?" He made it very clear that his Starz series BMF was officially a wrap. If Meech thought he could smooth things over, 50 shut that down immediately. And then things got even messier. In his latest attack, 50 decided to take things real personal by posting a video montage of Lil Meech and Rick Ross's daughter, Twa Roberts, from back when they were teens. The clips showed them at her Sweet 16 party in 2018 and even rolling up to prom together, with the original post claiming they used to date. Now, was there a reason 50 needed to bring this up in 2025? Nope. Did he do it anyway for maximum pettiness? Absolutely. But 50 wasn't just being messy for fun. He took the opportunity to roast Big Meech's parenting skills while he was at it. He wrote, "Why old boy didn't look out for Meechy," and send him to acting school. Big Screech, all your people that was out did nothing for him. You come home thinking you the Black Pablo Escobar, and effed him up. Then he flexed about how much money he supposedly made for the Flannery family, specifically through his BMF TV series on Starz. According to him, while Meech was locked up, he was out here securing the bag for the fam. "I helped your family make over $5 million legit dollars. It's not my fault it's all gone. You think people don't see? You want to shine so bad. You wearing the baby's jewelry. _or give the baby back his jewelry." 50 Cent is not letting up on Big Meech, keeping the pressure on and doubling down on the snitching allegations, even after Meech publicly denied ever folding under pressure. But Meech wasn't about to let that narrative slide. In a video response, he made it clear,
"I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me."
But 50 wasn't buying it. Instead of letting it slide, he hopped on Instagram and ripped Meech apart. "Trying to let nobody trick me off the street? You tricked yourself off the street. I never told, you told. Tammy told." And just when you thought it couldn't get pettier, 50 started clowning Meech's concert. According to Fifth, Most of the artists on the lineup aren't even showing up.
Nobody tricked me off the street.
You trick Cuff off the street.
I never folded, never told.
You
never
told
will.
Tammy to tell. We disappointed when Lil Baby don't show up. When Skilla don't show up, when Vizzo don't show up. And all these don't show up.
I wasn't gonna address this. 'Cause I'm not.
You're reading drops, man. Look at you reading this. Even go. We get you on house arrest. You can't even
And in
go.
case anyone still had doubts, 50 drove the point home in his caption. If the artist on the bill don't show up, are you going to want a refund? Big Screech is not even going to be there. He can't go out after 6 p.m. But don't take my word for it. Go ahead, knock yourself out then. Because he always has to get the last laugh. 50 followed up with a skit mocking Meech, making it look like he was reading off cue cards during his video.
I wasn't gonna address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family to come out to the Amaran Arena.
He even wrote, LOL, this is crazy. My stomach hurt. I just need a little help to get out the way. Now, what does all this mean for BMF, the show? That's the real question. The 4th season is expected to drop on Stars this spring, but with 50 threatening to fire Lil Meech, who literally plays his father in the series, it's unclear what's about to go down. And let's be real, 50 is petty enough to make good on that threat. But 50 isn't the only one stirring the pot. Rick Ross couldn't resist jumping into the drama, and now he's talking about making his own version of the BMF story. Interview. The fallout from this beef has been wild. Even Young Buck, one of 50's former G-Unit members, has publicly sided with Big Meech.
I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film.
And not
Which director? Shout out to my homie F. Gary Gray, Antoine Foucault, what's up? Tarantino, it's a lot of legends. This is gonna be big, I can feel it. I'm just talking. When you talking to a major player such as myself, listen, when you talking to a major player such as myself, the moves I make, I most definitely have an agenda. I don't do anything to piss off a little peon.
Think about it. 50 has a history of exposing people for snitching, but it's starting to look like a pattern. Ja Rule, T.I., and now Big Meech, he's always the one revealing these so-called snitches. But why is he the one with all this information? Meanwhile, Rick Ross and Big Meech are moving forward unbothered. They've got their concert locked in, their business booming, and they don't seem to care what 50 has to say. But one thing is clear, this beef isn't going anywhere. So what's really going on here? Is 50 Cent trying to expose Big Meech, or is he just salty that he's losing his grip on the BMF empire? Fans are torn. Some are saying, y'all be crazy ASF. 50 Cent ain't wrong for none of the ish he doing. What y'all talking about? Irv Gotti is the reason he almost died, and Big Meech don't owe him no loyalty at all. But it's the principle behind it. Big and Lil Meech don't owe 50 SHD. People talking about he put them on, he used their life to profit off of BMF. BMF was BMF before and after 50 Cent. Yeah, the show gave them some new relevancy, but that don't mean they owe him everything. And the show has been doggish for years. Asterisk. One thing's for sure, this drama is far from over. And with the way things are going, we might just be seeing the messiest hip-hop beef of 2025 unfold in real time. Let us know what y'all think in the comments. And if you want even more tea on the biggest hip-hop feuds, stick around for our next video. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. About it, 50 has a history of exposing people for snitching, but it's starting to look like a pattern. Ja Rule, T.I., and now Big Meech, he's always the one revealing these so-called snitches. But why is he the one with all this information? Meanwhile, Rick Ross and Big Meech are moving forward unbothered. They've got their concert locked in, their business booming, and they don't seem to care what 50 has to say. But one thing is clear, this beef isn't going anywhere.